how do you build a great management team? So I've touched a little bit on, how do you identify a good manager? This is going to be the bulk of my input today around building a great management team and the value of a great management team. And the first thing I just want to say is that great management teams grow over time. So the common misconception that I've found in business is people think that if you hire, say you need a management team of a small company of about 50 people and you want a team of five people, let's say. People think that if you just hire the most skilled 5 individuals and you put them in a room together, that you've got a great management team. Unfortunately, that's just not how it works, because there's a whole bunch of other dynamics that play into what makes a great management team. Not just like we mentioned, not just their competence, but you're looking at their character, you're looking at the chemistry, you're looking at their personal leadership abilities, and then you're looking at the synergy of that team as a whole. And the other massive aspect is this thing of time. When you put a great, football team together, it takes them a few seasons to get to know each other. It takes them a few seasons to get to know what they mean when they say that thing and how they work and what plays and runs and how that works out. And it's exactly the same with the management team, especially when you're growing one or you're putting one together. This little framework is really helpful, and it's very memorable. It's the kind of the 4 stages of a team: forming, storming, norming, performing. So forming is put the team together, and definitely you want the best people for that. But the best doesn't always mean obviously the most technical. It may mean the best in leadership, or it may mean the best in other areas, and I'll touch on that in a moment. The second phase of that team generally is storming. So once they form, there's a season of wrestling, a season of potentially arguing, a season of not seeing eye to eye, not understanding each other, and more miscommunications. And storming is very, very normal. Every team goes through that phase. Sometimes it lasts a month, but normally it's between 3 and 6 months, depending on how often they're working together. Then norming is, okay, we're out of the storming phase. We've slowly started to understand each other, and both personally and relationally and from a work perspective, and we understand in the way we communicate. And then we norm and then perform. So norming generally plateaus around 6 months. Performing is where the team actually is, we're in another gear. Like we went from gear 1 or neutral to 2 to 3 to 4, and performing is gear 5. I mean, there's very, very little conflict. Performing looks like high levels of efficiency.